brakes. I'm missing them.
You're missing the brakes.
Well, here's what we got here. We got a hydraulic tensioner for a timing belt. Usually the way we inspect this, we inspect it for leaks. And once this thing starts leaking, and what happens is the timing belt loses tension on it, and it might start jumping teeth on it. So that's how you get the interference between the valves themselves and the piston. We got a drive belt right here that is from an old vehicle, and we basically check it for cracks. And right here, as you can see, this one right here, it's all cracked. And that's when it'll start making a squeaking noise, and that's when we know it's time for replacement. The way we check tires is usually we got this depth gauge, and we usually put this thing on the tire tread and measure it. As long as it's 30 seconds and above, the tire should be okay as far as the tread wise. Anything less than that, we recommend replacing tires. Right here we got a set of new brake pads. As you can see over here, this is the pad thickness. When we get anything 2 millimeter and under, which is 20% under, we recommend replacement. Usually what happens when it gets to that point, you got brake sensors. On most vehicles, they have brake sensors. And once it starts hitting the rotor, the brake sensor will start squeezing. That's a sign of you should bring it in and basically have your brakes checked. And we got some fluids over here. We got a brake fluid and old brake fluid right here. Usually what happens with brake fluid, you get moisture in it. And that's what happens. It turns actually into this color. And what happens is once you get moisture in the brake system, you get it into your seals and the piston themselves, and that's when you start having problems with your piston. It'll start locking up. So that's why we recommend doing a brake flush on your vehicle. Same thing with the trans. We got the new transmission fluid, the old one right here. And what happens with the transmission fluid is it usually works as a lubricant too. It goes, removes all the seals. What happens every certain, approximately on Kias, around 30,000 miles, we recommend replacing the transmission with just the maintenance. We got oil right here. And we got the new oil. Obviously, as you can see, it's all clear. We got the old oil. With the oil, we recommend replacing it at 3,000, every 3 months or 3,000 miles. We got an air filter over here. This is also an old vehicle. As you can see, it's all dirty, it's all plugged. What happens with the air filter, it kind of when you get a plug like this, it restricts all the air going into the engine. That's how your fuel economy will go down. So we recommend replacing it and checking it every like 15,000 miles. We recommend replacing this. This is actually very important on Kias that we will replace it every 60,000 miles. This is the hydraulic tensioner I was talking about that puts tension on this timing belt. And what happens is this timing belt basically aligns your crank and your valves, your camshaft together. Once you lose the hydraulic tension on it, basically you got these teeth that will start jumping and your cam and crank will go out of alignment, and that's when you get the piston and the valve slap, that's not a good sign. That's about it.